hitting the reset switch or the reset button, whichever you prefer. How do you go about doing it? It's a question for the community. Well, I'm Eric with His&Hers HHQ, and I'm going to discuss my hitting the reset switch. Real quick, I know a lot of people come up with different ways they go about doing it. Being as it's getting into the fall, some of y'all might consider hunting. Looking forward to that deer camp here in the late fall. Or maybe you're trying to take advantage of some of this really fairly decent early fall weather. You go camping or fishing, maybe get in that last bit of boating. All of those are fantastic ways of just stepping away from things and hit reset. You know, that it's just one of those things. Sometimes you want to avoid burning yourself out from, well, anything that you might burn yourself out on, be it work or the kids, maybe it's school. You just have to do something. Just kind of refocus yourself, recenter your energies, whatever you want to call it. Even building models. Sometimes you just have to hit the reset switch and start all over. You might step away from the hobby for a little while. Others may decide to just go absolutely funky on a build just to do it, just to have fun doing something different. Well, in my case, I'm going to, hit the reset switch. There's a couple of group builds I really do want to get in on and want to participate in, but I really feel like I need to be focused, really need to be there. And with everything going on in my life right now, I just had to hit reset. So how am I going to do that? Well, there is another channel that I'm subscribed to that I watch every single one of his videos. Boylai Hobby Time. He's really inspirational in just doing something wicked cool and out of the ordinary. And I'm actually quite inspired by his builds, just seeing what he does. He takes 1/72nd scale characters, Old West characters, the cowboys and Indians, the old soldiers, stuff like that. He takes all of these, and they happen to be in 1/72nd scale, and he turns them into something great. He's got a series of his imaginary Wild West. It's all sci-fi based. It's kind of like Covered Wagons meets Star Wars meets Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, it's just this really weird combination of things with all of this with a bit of steampunk. So, I mean, this is just, he does some extraordinary work. And I got to thinking about it, and what would I do? What could I do for myself to reset? Well, I just need to do something a little wild, a little, drawing a little bit from those people, those channels that I'm subscribed to. And I got to looking at my stash, and I said, I can do something kind of like what Boylai Hobby Time does. And so I've decided I'm going to have a little bit of fun. I am going to attempt my very first diorama, and I'm going to use the stuff out of this kit. I'm going to use everything out of this kit, which is the Jeep, the trailer, and the 37mm howitzer. I'm going to use those things, and I'm going to kind of do something a little crazy. Based off of the sci-fi-ish meet steampunk feel. But instead of the Old West, this will be more retro futurism, I guess. I've got some crazy things planned, and yes, for me, planning that out is kind of well, not hitting the reset, but it is. So basically, I'm just going to get to building these, get them assembled. It's going to be a quick, actually these here are actually relatively quick. Get them built up, and then we're going to go from there. I'm going to do a separate video. This here is just an intro to what I'm doing here. And then the next video, we're going to cover some real quick construction of the bits, and then construction of creating the sci-fi feel with that, you know, touch of steampunk, touch of retro futurism. But real quick, we're going to go over these. They're obviously opened. Well, at least the boxes are open. These are real quick and brief builds. I did go and look through the bag. I mean, not opening the bag, but I did go and look through the bag a little bit, and you know, just checking out the parts, see what I could come up with, what's in these. So, I mean, here you go. I obviously haven't opened the bag, but you can get a feel of how big this... Oh, well, I'll be doggone, the bag is split. Well, let's go ahead and pull these out then. That's on me. But this here gives you an idea. This here's 1/72 scale. This here's a side of the Jeep. I mean, look at this thing. It's not even, well, 2 joints long here in the finger. So you get an idea of what I'm working with here. I'm just going to get this here all put together. This here's obviously the Jeep and a few of the other items that go for the Jeep. And this here will be the trailer, the gun, and all the figures that comes with it. So that's what we're looking at there with the Jeep. Let's toss that aside. I didn't notice the bag was already split. I don't know how I missed that. But there's that. And this here, it's one of these old school boxes you pull things out with. And I think that's it. There's no decals for this one, I don't think. But you can tell how old this kit is. I mean, look at this yellowed paper. This is funny. It's just a real quick, you know, you assemble a few things, decide what you're doing here. It gives you a guide on what you could or should paint these things, these bits, and it actually shows what you can work with if you use Hasegawa's diorama base or any one of them. I don't have a Hasegawa diorama base, especially for these. So I'm going to break out some of the blue foam insulation I have and a couple of bits from there and do what I can to come up with a diorama. It's just going to be one of those things. I'm going to fit things together and I'm going to see what I can come up with. This Jeep may have tracks. It may have mechanical legs. I don't know. I'm just going to come up with something and throw it together and see what I come up with. It's my first attempt at really doing something like that. So why not? It's just have a little fun and relax. Hit the reset. And that's what I'm doing. I would like to see what everybody else does to hit the reset when they have to. And so they don't burn themselves out, because I know it can be really stressful when you're trying to pull a lot of detail, a lot of realism. And sometimes if you're just really pushing yourself with that, you need to step away sometimes and just do something Maybe build a kit straight out of the box. I don't know. Maybe you are going to do something crazy with it. Like I said, make a pink fighter jet in multiple tones of pink. Not necessarily pink camouflage, but a pink toned fighter jet, and put Hello Kitty on the back of it. Make the missiles pink. Think of the ultimate insult, as it were, in a dogfight with one of those things, and you get shot down by Hello Kitty. So yeah, it's one of those crazy things. Maybe you do a clown car. Pick up a VW Bug or a Mini Cooper and paint it in just such a way, and it's actually a clown car. Who knows? Just, have a little bit of fun and hit reset. All that being said, I'm Eric with His and Hers HHQ. If you haven't yet, head on over to Facebook and follow us at His and Hers Hobby Headquarters. Take a moment, like, subscribe, share the content, share the love of scale model building. It truly is a medium limited only by your imagination. You build for you. And as always, take a moment, comment below. It may be a while, but I do try to be as interactive as possible. I really do appreciate the support. And even though I can't always reply, I do enjoy reading everybody's comments. All of you are a fantastic bunch, and I really do appreciate it. I'm absolutely honored to be a part of this community. All my old subscribers and new subscribers, I thank you all. I'm Eric. Have a good day.